God bless. Good morning. Been been thinking a little bit, about my past. Been thinking about where I have put myself, what God has taken me out of. But also, a lot of people won't talk about this. What we have taken ourselves out of by our choices, you know, our weak-minded, sometimes egotistical, sometimes scared of what good things seem like at the moment and where we can end up. You know, um, there's a sense of urgency for me to make this video because it's been marinating. It's something I've had in my mind for a while, and I need to get this out so that I can release, so that I can become a better me, which is who God wants me to be, a better me every day. Good men usually lose themselves within something good that is happening within their lives. Like, for instance, I came out of a bad marriage, a divorce. I've mentioned before, I was making close to $8,500 a month. I was a correction officer in Delaware, and I had my own cleaning business as well. I was working maybe 70 hours a week, close to 80 hours a week. And it all came crashing down because of certain moves that I did within my marriage and within trying to protect myself. I just lost it all, I lost my family. After that, I had moved over to a friend's house, and I call him a friend because when nobody was there, not even my brothers or sisters, not even my parents, I had this one friend I met, which was my barber at the time, and he gave me a hand. He let me stay at his house for a few months. I started working again. I ended up getting another car. I was doing good. But this friend wasn't in church. This friend wasn't. He wasn't a bad guy. He had he had things he was doing that were worldly, but other than that, he was a very respectful, well-mannered, a real good friend. He gave me both his hands as a helping hand, not just one. And I appreciated that at the time, and I still do. We're not friends no longer, but I wish him well. I pray for him. He's still in the world. But anyways, as I was living with this guy, I ended up asking God, that I want somebody that's gonna love me. I need someone that's gonna love me like a mother. Someone that's really gonna take care of me and be down for me. Someone that's really gonna be there wholeheartedly. And within a month, this woman appeared. She came into my life. Within a month, I ended up moving in with her. And it all seemed so surreal. It was like, wow, how can someone that barely knows me, but I know that loves me, that cares about me, and I feel the same about her, how can she do all this for me? How can she care for me like this? And in 6-7 years of me knowing my ex-wife, I never felt that type of love. That type of care, that type of just real companionship. It was crazy to me, And I'm having all these thoughts and all these feelings in my mind, whereas to why didn't my kid's mom love me like this? I'm no different than when I was with her. I'm the same guy. I show love. We go out. We hang out. We're about each other. We're together. We read the word together. You know, I was doing all those things. Even though my ex-wife, you know, she had no belief basis. You know, she didn't believe in God. She didn't believe in God. She always said, I don't believe in that. That's so fake. It's not real. You know, and that kind of broke my heart a lot, you know, because she knew I would take the kids to church with me all the time. She knew I would invite her all the time. She came a couple times. She fell in the spirit one time and asked me, what was that? That was weird. I don't want to feel that anymore. That scared me. This is what she said. And, so this other woman I was with, you know, she believed in God, but also she was also doing one thing that I saw her do for the first time. She was doing tarot reading, tarot cards. She was doing her own readings. She had a YouTube channel. She was doing this stuff, you know, with the stones and the crystals and the incense, and you know, and she ended up bringing an altar to the house. It seems like it seems like the devil knows, the devil schemes. You know, he knows who's aligned with the truth and who is not. But he also knows how to set up, for instance, certain things to fall aligned with certain things that are not supposed to be aligned with a child of God. You know, someone that's trying to align himself or is aligned with the things of God, and other things come between that whole relationship thing, and it marinates. And listen, I ended up in a great relationship, but with Satan, with Satan being a part of it. And as I'm trying to do this thing called evangelize and read the Bible and pray and be wholeheartedly one-on-one with God and aligned with the truth that is the Bible, I was being attacked. So far that, you know, as far as I was trying to respect my girlfriend at the time, knowing that I believe in God, I was so stupid. Telling her, it's okay, you can do that. That's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But see, I was trying to encourage her. I was trying to support her in the things of the world, when I'm not about that. And God was very angered at me. You know, he was very angry at me. And all that marinating within me, you know, I ended up cheating on her with my ex-wife. You know, I thought me and my ex-wife were gonna get back together when I'm living with this other woman. It was awful of me doing this, you know. I know it was wrong, but I felt closer to my family when it happened, you know. And so, long story short, with that relationship, she kept on doing that. She kept on getting more and more into it. She ended up forgiving me. We ended up trying to progress ourselves. But her still with that action that thing that I did in the back of her head and her heart still hurt. And then me, inside my heart, like, why did I do that? Like, this woman is great. And then what stopped me was the fact that she's doing all these tarot readings and she's into all this stuff and blessing the house with all this incense and praying, and she used to go like this, and I'm like, what is she doing? Until one day I was like, no, this has to stop. This has to stop. We used to even go to yoga together and meditate. Like, it was turning into something. And after the yoga and the meditating, I started seeing black spirits, black mist type spirits in the house watching us. And she noticed them too. So after me and her, after months of that happening, 4 or 5 months of that happening, I ended up getting a heavy heart, you know, because I'm a child of God. Regardless, I'm that first before I'm anything else. And these black spirits were attacking me mentally and physically, you know. Like I said, we used to do a lot of things together that were good things to do within a relationship. But then we were inviting Satan into our relationship as well. And then I started trying to go back to church and bring her to church with me and her kids. It was a lot. So, good men tend to lose themselves in a good situation, because those things happen. These things are invited into a relationship. Whereas it's usually women that bring these things into a relationship when it comes to spirits and being in tune with their spirit and spirit guides and tarot reading and hand reading and, yoga and meditating. Women usually do these things, and that all started with Eve in the garden. Women are easily manipulated into the spirit realm very easily. Men aren't. Women are. And it's something that has tainted humanity since the beginning. The fall of men was the cause of women. Just like the end will come because of women. You understand what I'm saying? And we need to allow ourselves rightfully divide what is good for you and what is not, and just say no to the schemes of the devil. Just say no and run away from that. Even if you're in a good relationship, men, you need to be by yourselves for a while after a marriage, be by yourselves for a few months, a year, 2 years. Learn about yourself, read the Bible, meditate in the Lord, in the Bible, not in the things of this world. Good men usually lose themselves in a good situation. The fact that we want to make women happy, that we want to make our girlfriend, our wives happy,